A very good morning to all of you and welcome to this special webinar on financial freedom for doctors. So if I'm audible and visible to you, type good morning or hi in the chat box. Guys, I'm Dr. Sujit Pardeshi and I hope I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you. So if you are facing any kind of problem, audio issues or whatever, trust me, it's from your side. Okay, awesome. Wonderful. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to this very, very special and a very important webinar. Right at the beginning, I want to tell you something that, I want to extend my, thanks. I want to extend my gratitude, my acknowledgement, my appreciations to all of you for being present here this morning. Because, a lazy Sunday morning, 8:30, 8:15, it's not, too late. So early morning and many times it's not very easy to wake up. It's not very easy to, you could have been doing any other thing. Maybe those of you who wake up early probably could have gone for the walk or Sunday morning breakfast or brunch, or maybe a few of you who are like, late risers could have been still in their beds, but then you have chosen to be here, to be present this particular morning. And that actually shows that you have that inclination, you have that willingness, you have that zest to learn something more, something different, something extra. No matter how much you get, you still want it more. Awesome. So I'm so happy that you showed up for yourself. Congratulations to all of you. See, you people are special. And there's a reason why I say this, because it's, everybody do not show up even for themselves. Trust me. Okay, people just do not show up even for themselves. And because you have given your time here, I promise you that this morning is going to become your surprisingly very, very powerful special morning. Okay, because trust me, this is not yet another kind of webinar. This morning can change the course of your balance sheet, your financials forever. See, you have given your time here. I always say that, time is the most valuable asset we all have. And when you give your time to someone, you land up giving a part of your life that's never going to come back. And because you have given your time here, I promise you a mind-blowing 90 minutes. Okay, so be ready, get excited for it. And you're going to learn a lot. There are a few things that I'm going to talk about is why doctors are bad money managers. What are the common financial mistakes we make as medical practitioners? What are the financial myths we have? Then what are the steps to financial freedom? And what should be your next natural step of learning? So there is a lot that I'm going to cover in this particular webinar. Remember, this is a live webinar. Okay, so make sure that if you're here, be here for the entire duration of the webinar. Okay, if for any reason you are not going to be, you'll not be able to attend this webinar completely, my very frank advice is you can leave this webinar right now, because one tip, one message, one bullet point, one slide you miss on finances, and it can give you completely different results altogether. Okay, it's all about money, honey. Remember. Okay, so if you're going to be here for the entire webinar. Make sure that you take lots of notes. Okay, because as I promise you, there is a massive, massive thing that I'm going to cover. It's not yet another boring kind of webinar. Okay, take lots of notes, and most importantly, participate. So whenever I ask you to put something in the chat, make sure that you do it. Remember, no matter which game you are playing, in the game of life, it's always the players who make the history and not the spectators. So I want you to be the players here. Don't just sit and watch this as if you're watching yet another TV show or something. Okay, this is not an IPL match. This is the IPL match of your balance sheet. This is the IPL match of your life. Okay, so don't sit and just watch. Participate in this webinar. Okay, so if you're going to be here for the entire duration for the 90 minutes, if you're going to participate full on, type full on in the chat box. Okay, let me see how many of you are really going to be full on. Awesome. Okay, yeah, because I'll tell you what, your participation here will prepare you consciously as well as subconsciously to participate into the future of your own practice, into the future of your own financials, and into the future of your own life. Because, wonderful. And I'm so happy there are so many full ons. There are so many excited people here. Just want to know, because there are so many new names, from which city in India or abroad you're attending this masterclass from. So just type your city or your country if you're attending from outside India. Okay, awesome. So we have people from Mumbai, Delhi. We have people from, Pune, Noida, Valsad, Allahabad, Surat, Ahmedabad, Gadchiroli, Gandhidham, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Siliguri, Srinagar, Vaishirangpur, people from Telangana, people from Coimbatore, Kerala, Nagpur, awesome, Dubai, okay, awesome, Bangalore, Gandhinagar, Cochin, awesome. So we have people from all across the country and few participants from abroad. Okay, wonderful. Is it okay if I introduce myself in short? Type okay in the chat box if that's okay for you. Okay, because I'll just give a formal introduction. Many of you probably know me, many of you do not know what I exactly do, talking about financials. Who is this guy? So guys, this is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi, an international speaker, bestseller author, and someone, a dentist by profession, someone who has helped more than, like 6,000 dentists to grow their practices by, lakhs and millions and crores of rupees over the years. And not just dentists, all the doctors actually. Okay. So I'll also tell you how a dentist talking about finances. Okay, so I have been always invited speaker in different local branch events, state conferences, national conferences, different dental colleges, different IMA platforms, specialty organizations, international conferences, and have been doing this for last 11 years. Conducted a lot of courses, a lot of pre-conference courses on various topics like practice growth and all. So on the way, I wrote this wonderful book called New Age Dentalpreneur: Develop a Competitive Edge and Build a Profitable Dental Practice. First of its kind by Indian dentist or doctor or author, forwarded by one of the celebrated dentists in the world, Dr. Christian Kochman. And when Dr. Christian was here in Mumbai for his digital dentistry conference, Digital Smile Designing, DSD conference, he had pre-launched the book. And happy to share that the book was launched in the World Dental Show by the hands of then FDI World President from Hong Kong. So the book is international bestseller, written with the Canadian publisher Black Card Books, one of the fastest growing publishing houses in the world. So it has been a wonderful journey, guys. So far on the way, received numerous awards because I was very active in Indian Dental Association. I was very active in Rotary International, Junior Chambers International. This one is a special award. I received Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award for outstanding contribution and distinguished service to the nation. So it has been a wonderful journey over the last decade or so. And but then, it all started very small. Okay, I'm basically from a small town called Pachora in district Jalgaon in the state of Maharashtra in India. So a very small town with the population of, at that time, the population was around like 50-60,000 when I started practicing there. Okay. And even today, the population is not even a lakh. So it's a very small town located, near Jalgaon. And this is where I used to live, okay, till my 12th standard, till I got my admission into BDS, a 2-room teen shed house. And 11 of us used to live in a joint family. It was a very humble upbringing, okay? But then, growing up with this background actually never became an excuse, never became a reason for me why I cannot do what I always wanted to do. In fact, it always inspired me to do something bigger, something more all the time. There was one very interesting thing that I saw when I was a child in my family, with all honesty. My parents, especially those who make money, like father, my grandfather, okay. So they always had a very, what you can call it as a shrunk kind of attitude towards money. Okay, it's like a typical, what you can say, middle class psyche about money. like money is not good, money is evil, or rich people are not good, kind of. There are a lot of things. And on one side, we always want a better house, a better car, a better lifestyle, isn't it? How many of you agree that you always want it on one side? And on other side, when you see that, what you want on one side actually contradicts what you think about the same thing. And that's so interesting. And never understood why and how it happens. But then that's how it was. So a lot of questions unanswered, unsolved at that stage, at that age of life. But then one thing I knew and I learned was you have to work hard in life. Okay. Right or wrong, I'll tell you later. See, I'll tell you in this particular webinar, I'm actually going to share the entire journey of life. Okay. And how things shaped up, how things panned out, and why things happened the way they happened, why they did not happen, which normally happens, and how it could have been better. Okay. And trust me, I'll be very authentic and very transparent when I share everything. And I'm sure many of you will be able to correlate. So this is not a documentary on my life or whatever. But then there are a few very powerful lessons to learn from this particular thing when it comes to the financials. Okay. So a very humble upbringing, went up to school, college, did my graduation, and started my clinic, okay, called Smile Dental Clinic in November 99. A typical small town, single chair, 240 square feet practice. So this is the photograph of the day of inauguration of my clinic. It has been like exactly 25th year, a silver jubilee year of me as a practicing dentist. And trust me, I still practice dentistry. I love to do patients, okay, every single day, except on Sundays. Like even after, 25 years, that zest of doing those patients have not gone down. Okay, so this, of course, recently, like, 5-6 years back, I have shifted to Pune, and this is a photograph of my clinic in Pune, WealthXL. Okay, but it all started here. Smile Dental Clinic, a 240 square feet practice in Pachora. Okay, and I tell you what, something very interesting. I started my practice on 14th November 99, and my practice clicked within first 1 month itself. So those of you who practice in small places will understand and probably will agree with me that in small places, your practice clicks very fast. Those of you who have experienced this, type yes in the chat box, because it's like everyone knows everyone. So there is nothing called as waiting period or anything. Okay, your practices clicks very fast. So I'll tell you what, by June 2020, okay, by June 2020, my practice had like around 22 to 25 patients a day. Imagine, like 25 patients a day. And that was not, that was like, wow, kind of thing, isn't it? Imagine, I started practicing even before my 23rd birthday. And someone who is just 23 is doing 25 patients a day and making at least 1,000 to 2,000 rupees a day, something that I never imagined I will earn. And I'm sure you will agree that those of you who started practicing almost at that time somewhere, and will definitely agree to it that we never thought that we'll make 500 rupees a day kind of thing. Okay, and here you are making money in like 4 digits, and you're like, wow, the life is sorted. So the practice started. The practice, after some time, practice become stagnated, then again it went up, whatever. But I actually landed up making a lot of money, actually, a lot of in the context of those times, a lot of in the context of that small town practice, in the in comparison with whatever expenses I had, which were not much in that, small town. So, and when you start making money, you know what happens? You think that you are smart. You start thinking that you know it, you know the stuff. I know that kind of feeling that comes. That gives you overconfidence sometimes. And sometimes you'll end up making mistakes which you don't even know that you're making. Sometimes you land up doing things when others tell you don't do it and you still do it. And you land up, trust me, literally screwing your life. Okay. And it exactly happened in the same way. For the first few years, I actually repaid the entire loan. Okay. Till 2004, I repaid the entire loan, whatever loan I had taken. I built my practice on my own, built my clinic on my own. So whatever, loans, debt I had, I repaid it by 2004. And, by the beginning of 2004. And I still literally saved, lakhs of rupees actually. And then in 2005, I started investing that money in stock market, assuming that you're a successful, you're an intelligent person, and let's do stock market. Okay. A lot of people even say, let's play in the stock market. And very late, I realized that if you play with stock market, the stock market plays with you. Okay. So started putting money in stock market. It all started with mutual funds. Then it started with investing. Slowly, I never understood when I entered the trading and when I got sucked into the trading rather. Okay. And but then practice was good. Life was sorted. Everything was settled. No loans, no big overheads, a joint family to live in. Wonderful life. Okay. Married, 2 kids. And, at that time, 1 kid. Okay. So, and then I thought everything is wow. Okay. But then life is what happens to you when you are making some other plans. And then came the shock of my life. Okay. Then came the shock of my life. And the shock was the huge stock market crash in Jan 2008. The subprime crisis hit the United States. The real estate crisis hit the United States in 2007. And the stock market crashed. In the year 2008, the stock market came down by 66%. Can you believe it? How many of you remember that? Okay, type me in the chat box. Or if you were the one who was in the stock market at that time, those of you who were not, lucky you. Okay. Yeah, Lehman Brothers crisis. Yes, of course, that was in September 2008. And a lot of people lost a lot of money in the stock market. And I'll tell you something. I was someone who lost every single penny I made in the first 9 years of practice. I lost everything. I went bankrupt by March 2008. I was completely bankrupt. I lost every single hard-earned money I made, I saved, and I so-called invested in the stock market since 99 to 2008. 9 months, 9 years of hard work went wiped off within less than 90 days. Okay. By March 2008, I was zero. In fact, I was below zero. Okay. The losses were so huge in the context of that time. It was more than 1 million. Imagine, I'm talking about 2008. I had to borrow money from somewhere and pay for those losses. It was one of the toughest times of my life. But then I sat down quietly in the month of April. Everything was gone. And I had no option but to restart again. Okay. Yeah, because see, whether by choice or by force or by compulsion, when you reach an end, you just have one way to go, and that is to start again. Just press that reset button or that restart button and start again. And I started learning financials Okay. I started learning financials right from 11 commerce books. My only question to myself was the three words: what went wrong? What I did, which I should not have done. So it's easy to say, you did trading, you did F&O and all the stuff, those of you who understand it. But then the point was not that simple. Okay. There was something that I did, which I should not have done. I followed the advices which were given by, so-called the intelligent people in the stock market, the tips and all those things. Something went wrong for sure. I needed to find it out. I started learning finance. I started learning commerce. I started learning accounting. From April to September, the next 6 months, I studied everything. I learned fundamental analysis. I learned technical analysis in the stock market, because the mistake was from my side. It was definitely not anybody's mistake. So if you follow someone's advice, it is because you are greedy from it. That's why you follow that advice, right? Because you want it. So if suppose you make money by following someone's advice, you don't pay that person double, triple, 4 times, 10 times, right? So you say that I made money. Okay. And if someone lose your money, it's like he lost my money kind of. Okay. So the same thing happens. But then always remember, no matter what happens to us in life, we are the only responsible people for it. In anything, may it be related to your profession, your financials, your life, your relationship, whatever. Anything that happens to your life, you are the one who is responsible for it. And I took the responsibility. I learned everything, restarted investing in 2008, October. I still remember that day, October 12th was my first investment of the second inning in the stock market. Never looked back after that. I still, except like my, the penthouse where I stay and my clinic's place, my entire investment is still in the stock market. I recovered all that money multifold. Okay, made a lot of money in stock market. Okay, so you can say, market say badla liya kind of, but then you never take badla. Okay, market teach you lesson and move ahead. So if you are someone who learn the lessons, you catch up with the market. If you're not, you think that stock market is gamble, stock market is satta, you should never be in the stock market. You run away from the market. Market keeps on going up. It doesn't wait for anyone. Okay, so, and I'll tell you what, from 2008, I started practicing in 99, repaid all the loans in 2003, early 2004. I was financially free. Now, what do you mean by financially free? Financial freedom means when your passive income, that means income from your investments, the rent, the dividends, the capital gain, when your passive income is more than your expenses, you're financially free, right? So that means whatever money you make, the entire profit goes in investment. In fact, forget about profit. The entire money goes in investment or goes in savings, because your expenses are taken care by your returns. Awesome, isn't it? So I was financially free in 2004. And that's why I entered the stock market, did all these things, made all those mistakes. In 2008, October, started investing again. By 2012, I was again financially free. But this time, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And guys, I'll be very honest and transparent with you that whatever I learned, so in the beginning, I asked you, I told you one thing, that you might be thinking, how come a doctor speaking on finances? This is the reason. I studied financials, literally, like, a MBA finance will study, a chartered accountant will study. Okay. And, I have been financially free for 3 times in my life. First before 2000, then in 2012, then in 2023. Okay. So like last year, actually, 2022. So I have been financially free and I exactly know how to do that. And therefore, I'll be very honest that towards the end of this particular webinar, I'll just talk about a very, very powerful curriculum that I have created called WealthXL. Okay, it's an in-depth program on financial management and wealth creation exclusively for doctors. Of course, others can also attend it. Others have attended it in the past. And let me tell you, I conduct WealthXL only once in a year. Okay, the course value of WealthXL is 79,999 plus GST. Okay, and if you jump into the WealthXL 2023, as I told you, I conduct it only once in a year. I'm going to give you a surprising, mind-blowing webinar special offer. Okay, so this offer will be valid only if you jump in today to attend the WealthXL. Now, I want you to take lots of notes, as I told you. So I'm going to share a few very interesting things with you. And then I'll just take 15 minutes, talk about WealthXL, give you 15 minutes window period to jump into the WealthXL, right? So take lots of notes as we go ahead. So the lessons I learned, the first thing that I learned was this: why doctors are really bad money managers. And I'll tell you what, I have read a lot of things on this, and it's not just the doctors in India, across the world. By the way, how many of you agree that doctors are really poor money managers? Type agree in the chat box. Okay, doctors are really poor money managers. Like, unfortunately, you know, we are so-called very intelligent people of the society, but nobody teaches the lessons of financials. Okay, nobody teaches the lessons of financials. Kahin bhi kharcha karte, not just that, kahin bhi invest karte, thinking that, you know, I know it. Kind of, you know, trust me, I made all those mistakes in my life, all those mistakes. And I do not regret them simply for one reason, because those mistakes made me what I am today. And I'm happy for that. But having said that, I could have avoided those mistakes if I would have, you know, learned financials early. So why doctors are really bad money managers? Okay. And top reasons across the world, okay, that is the psychology about money. See, when you are studying, you are so focused on your studies. You're so focused on your studies that you do not give any attention to money. It's like, you know, I have my exams, I have my, you know, next year, first year, second year, third year, final year, internship, post-graduation, the entrance exams, and like, you're so focused on studies, isn't it, that you do not give any attention to learn about money. And then when you start practicing, you normally land up making reasonable money. Okay. And because money comparatively comes easily to you as compared to other business professions, the psychology about money is like, you know, it's an easy thing. You know, paisa aata hai, aap kharcha karte ho. So money comes and you spend, kind of. Okay, and as long as I'm alive, I'm going to keep on practicing. As long as I keep on practicing, I'm going to keep on making money. So the psychology of money is never serious. Let me tell you, money is a serious business. Remember, okay, never take it lightly. But then, unfortunately, you understand it way late in life. Okay, so the psychology of money is not very serious, is not very focused, is not very concentrated. Okay, then we start late, isn't it? Because our lot of time goes in studies, in settling down, then marriages, then having your own clinic or hospital. Okay, if it is true, type true in the chat box, isn't it? So, you know, your first 5-10 years of practice actually land up going in, you know, setting the foundation for yourself. And when it comes to investing and growing your money, we start very late as compared to others. See, I stay in Pune. I've seen so many young IT professionals who have started SIP at the age of 24, 23, 25. And that's awesome if they continue with it. But how many doctors you have seen who started SIP at the age of 23? Probably none. We start late. Okay, why we are bad about money is we give more focus, more attention to our lifestyle. So before investing, you want that new car. Before investing, you want that iPhone. Before investing, you want that, your own house, your own clinic or hospital, isn't it? So you start focusing more on the lifestyle which you need to maintain in the society rather than investing the money, growing the money, and then get that wonderful lifestyle from your passive income. Okay. Then no knowledge about money. So because we start very late, we hardly have any knowledge about money. And because we don't have knowledge about money, money management for us is like outsourced kind of thing. We take all the tips and advices from the brokers, whether of insurance, mutual funds, stock market, isn't it? Type yes in the chat box. And I'll tell you what, if they would have been so smart, why they would have become brokers? The broker itself has a broke in it. But the point is, we don't realize that. So-called few of the most intelligent people of the society take help, advice, and tips from those who are not even half educated than you, who are not even properly educated in their own field of financials. And we think they are giving you the right advice. It's your hard-earned money. And you'll end up giving it to people who just don't take it seriously. They're only focused on their brokerage, their percentage, their commission. Okay. And then if we make any bad decision, whether it is about investment, buying that real estate, buying that share, taking that advice of the broker, one of the worst thing about doctors is we rationalize the bad decisions. We try to tell the world how our decision is correct. If somebody starts arguing with us, we start telling how our decisions are correct. Arey, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it, etc., and so on. Okay. So that's really a bad part. We don't realize that we are making mistakes one after other. We defend our broker. We defend our expensive investment. We defend our investment, which actually is a liability, not an asset, but, because we think that we are intelligent, because we are successful, because, you get the highest marks. So from there, that psychology comes that I'm really good at things and I know things. We'll end up rationalizing our bad decisions as well. And trust me, I'm sharing this from my own experience. I have made all these mistakes. And all these mistakes make us very bad money managers. Okay. And then there are a lot of financial mistakes doctors make on their way. Okay. What are those? We have too many bank accounts. Many of us have too many bank accounts. I'll tell you what, in WealthXL, I have seen somebody with 36 bank accounts. By the way, just want to ask how many bank accounts you have. Okay. If you are comfortable, you can just type it in the chat box. So, and in fact, I want everyone to participate. Okay. So see, there is no harm in, a lot of youngsters will not have too many because you have yet not made those mistakes. Okay. But I can see here, a few of you have 5, 8, 6, 11 bank accounts. And okay. So those of you who have more than like 2, 3 bank accounts, trust me, you don't need more than 2, 3 bank accounts. Okay. Because see, 1, 2, or 3 bank account will suffice the same purpose as 10 bank accounts, right? So when you have too many bank accounts, you yourself don't know in which account how much money is there. Many times that happens. How many of you have seen it that, in one of your accounts, like 40,000, 50,000, 1.5 lakh, whatever, a lot of money was there and you never understood it for months and probably even for years. Type yes in the chat box if you have observed this. And that money is lying idle, dead in those accounts, isn't it? So this is one of the commonest mistake we make. We have too many bank accounts. We have too many insurance policies. Okay. By the way, how many insurance policies you have? Okay. Type the number 2387354 1. Okay. Now, I have seen someone with 56 insurance policies. Can you believe it? Now, if you have 56 insurance policies, friends, imagine how much premium you are paying. Okay. Imagine how much premium you are paying. And the problem is the return on insurance are actually practically zero because they are just equal to or less than the inflation rate. So it's like you are giving your hard-earned money to someone at 0% return for 25, 30, 35 years. And that's the reason, if you have seen this, insurances never make you rich. And a lot of people think insurance is a good investment, by the way. Okay. So dangerous. Then doctors have too many loans. How many loans you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the business loan, we have the home loan, we have the car loan, we have the personal loan, we have the gold loan. Okay. You fail to understand that, good few of you have zero loans, and if you have like 4, 5, 6, 8 loans, the problem is, then again, credit card loan, you don't understand, you don't realize that you land up giving a lot of hard-earned money in the interest. That's not worth. Then we have too many ad hoc investments. One of your friend comes, take a check, for a mutual fund, for buying this insurance plan, and then for buying that, a share. And then, then one of your patients says, please buy one policy from me. And, then somebody comes, one of your relatives, take that SIP. And many times it happens that you don't even realize how many investments you have. Sometimes one of those mutual fund statements, you find it when you do your annual decluttering, Diwali ka saaf safai. How many of you have found that one and you were like, oh shit, I didn't remember that. Okay, I put that 10,000 rupees here. Type me in the chat box if you have found it. Okay. Sunita says always happens, right? So the point is, look at that. On one side, it's a hard-earned money. On the other side, you make all these mistakes. Another common mistake, too much of real estate exposure, assuming that real estate always go up and the returns of real estate are always highest. Trust me, it's not like that. So on one side, we have too many. This is a mistake. On the other side, we have too less or no. What? Financial planning, tax planning, investment planning, retirement planning, and very less stock market exposure. Very less stock market. So we don't do financial planning. Okay. We don't do tax planning. You land up becoming a tax thief. आप tax चोरी करते हो, tax planning नहीं करते, right? You don't plan your investments properly so that you get that money when you need it at the right time. You don't have that retirement planning. Then I'll tell you what, in the WealthXL course, when people do their retirement planning then and there itself in the course, their mind just blow away. You don't know how huge money you're going to need for the retirement time. And if you don't have that money, you know what will happen? You will have to work till the last breath of your life. Not worth. And very less doctors invest in stock market. Nowadays, the number have gone up, especially after the COVID times. By the way, how many of you invest in stock market or mutual fund? If you invest in stock market, type SM. If you invest in mutual fund, type MF in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, many of you have started investing in mutual funds recently, right? In the last 5-10 years, which is a good thing if you are doing it continuously, consecutively. Okay. So recently, that mutual fund sahi hai, those campaigns, those awareness campaigns, they were created by mutual fund industry, by the SEBI. Okay. Yeah, Madhuri says, it still scares me, have lots of doubts. Now, I'll tell you what, you will be surprised. Since the time the stock market started in India, can you believe this? The returns of stock market are higher than the returns of real estate. And interestingly, we never realize it. We think real estate is the safest investment and it gives you the highest returns. No. If real estate goes 10 times up in 2, 3, 5 years, it does nothing for the next 10 years. If it is true, type true in the chat box. Those of you who have experienced the sharp rise in real estate market from 2008 to 2014, and then almost nothing for the last decade. So never think, never assume it's your hard-earned money. Be very careful about putting the money. Remember, every single rupee should make rupee for you. Remember that. So these are the financial mistakes we make, right? Then the financial myths we have. Okay. Few of the very, why doctors don't do financial planning, why doctors don't do retirement planning or whatever. The myth number one is, I don't have enough money. बस पैसा ही नहीं है, क्या planning सीख के फायदा है? Okay, why doctors do not learn financial literacy? Because they think that I don't have money. Let me tell you, financial literacy is not about money. It is about getting literate, becoming literate about money management, money planning, money investment. See, if people think that, I have seen so many participants in different courses, the moment it comes to financial planning, they are like, "Arey sir, paisa hi nahi hai. There's no money only." Once I will have money, I will do financial planning. Let me tell you something, it is exactly opposite. When you learn financial literacy, you will start having money. Because when we talk about financial mistakes in depth, you understand that you should not have put money here, you should not have put money here, you can take out this money, which is a bad investment. You should prepay this loan very quickly because this is a bad loan. There is something called as good loan and bad loan. Okay. So you land up saving a lot of money or recovering a lot of money, which was anyway a bad investment or, bad place where you put it, or it was a liability. So financial literacy will make you financially rich. Always remember, knowledge is power. Don't think that I will learn about finance when I'll have money. No, you will never have enough money for that. As you start learning about finance, you will start having enough money with the same income. Trust me, with the same practice. Okay. The opposite myth, I have too much money. Why I need financial planning? Itna paisa aata hai ki jab chahiye tab jahan chahiye waisa kharch kar sakte. I can spend anything, everything, whatever I want, I can buy. I have too much of money. Now, let me tell you, those of you who have too much of money, like you have millionaire practice, and there is no shortage as far as your regular expenses and buying that mobile, that wristwatch, that car is concerned. Let me tell you something. Why financial literacy and financial planning is important? Because there is something called as inflation. There is something called as inflation. And trust me, inflation keeps on eroding your money all the time. Inflation keeps on eroding your money all the time. Irrespective of the number of years you are into practice, you will still find yourself in a condition where, oh shit, when you want to buy something and you still don't have enough money. Inflation reduces the value of your money by 7% every year. That means your 100 rupee becomes 93 the next year. Because whatever you can purchase in 100 rupees today, you need 107 rupees because of the inflation next year. So that means you have to put 7 rupees from your pocket. That means the actual value of that 100 became 93 because you have to put additional 7 rupee to buy the same product or same service. In 10 years, your money becomes half. So even if you have too much money, but you don't have financial literacy, you don't know how to invest right, how to grow your money at more than 7%, a lot of people put their money in FDs, put their money in insurances, put their money in PPF, which give you 7% or less interest rate. On one side, your 100 rupee becoming 93 next year. Even if you have made 7 rupee, it is still same. You never become rich in life. That's the reason you will rarely find super rich doctors. Because on one side, we don't have time. Okay, this is the myth number 3. I don't have time. I'm so busy in my practice. I don't have time to learn financial literacy. I don't have time to put my, efforts in proper investment, in finding the proper, asset class. And therefore, I'm completely dependent on people who are half literate in their own field. See, it is time that you take charge of your money. After all, it is your hard-earned money. Remember, no matter what people talk about doctors outside, it's not an easy money. You will agree that whatever money we make, it's not an easy money. Okay. So you have to take charge of your money. Otherwise, irrespective of the number of years into practice, you land up, with something like this. Listen to Dr. Tejal.
Namaste, friends. Myself, Dr. Tejal Purve. I am a dental surgeon practicing in Dombivli, Thane, Maharashtra. मेरी एक छोटी सी स्टोरी है. मेरी वो स्टोरी जैसे मेरी है उतनी है आपकी भी हो सकती है. When I graduated, हम जैसे ग्रेजुएट होते हैं, we take loan, we start our practice, and as we start earning, we start taking more and more loans, start growing, and our income also starts increasing. मेरे साथ भी कुछ ऐसे ही हुआ था. And I'm a big saver. I save a lot. So I was doing a lot of savings. I was having some few loans on my head. And मुझे लगा अब तो मेरी लाइफ एकदम सेट है. 13 years after my practice, I decided to go for renovation of my clinic. Unfortunately, at that time, I had few loans on my head, and I decided that I will not take any more loans now onwards, and I decided to use my savings instead. At the end of the procedure, all I was left with just 20% of my savings and a loan of 25 lakhs on my head. Then मुझे समझ में आ गया कि in spite of being highly educated, professionally qualified, when it comes to finances, I am a anguta chap. So fortunately, I got an opportunity to meet Dr. Sujit in WealthXL in 2018. In the WealthXL module, he opened a whole new world of financials to me. A stark reality came in front of my eyes. As I started to implement his teachings of WealthXL, my life started becoming super easy. Today, I can proudly say that it was only because of his teachings that in spite of being in lockdown, in spite of being in pandemic, in spite of practice decreasing, income decreasing, I managed to become debt-free in December 2020. Now, last year, I never needed to think about my household expenses, my clinic expenses, or even my EMI. My lockdown was my vacation with a peace of mind. Thanks all of this to Dr. Sujit's teachings in WealthXL. फ्रेंड्स, कुछ लोगों को लगेगा शायद ये तो सब मुझे पता है, ये मुझे आता है, मुझे इन सब की जरूरत नहीं है. But trust me, even Tendulkar needs a coach even at the peak of his career. And Sujit sir is that coach who teaches us this complicated thing of money in a very simplistic and yet a powerful way. It has changed my life and it will change yours. So what are you waiting for? Just jump in.
Right? So how many of you could relate to this? Type me in the chat box, isn't it? So, it's like 10 years down the line, you think of renovation, you think of buying that house, you think of buying that new car, and then all of a sudden you're like, I still have to take a loan for that. Okay. So And it's so common, and all of us have gone through it. I told you, I too have made financial blunders in my life. Even if you people have not made those blunders, you would still relate to what, Dr. Tejal said. And a very sorted lady, but still land up, in that trap of financials. So because we keep on making financial mistakes, we keep on having those financial myths. And let me tell you, okay, going ahead, what are the different financial stages? I want you to identify your financial stage right now. Okay, these are the 5 stages of financial freedom. Number 1 is financially dependent. When your expenses are higher than your income, so you're still struggling in your practice, then you're financially dependent on someone, because you have to take that money from someone every month to fulfill your expenses. Then slowly your practice goes up. You become financially independent. When your income becomes more than your expenses, you start making profits. Okay. Then you're financially independent. Okay. Now, the stage 3 is when you start investing that money. That means you have enough surplus after all your household expenses, your clinic expenses, hospital expenses. So when your savings are like more than 20% of your income, so that's just a small criteria. There is no fixed criteria like this. That means you have money for investment. That is your stage 3. When you invest that money and that money starts giving you returns on investment, then you start becoming financially free. When your passive income is more than your expenses. Okay, that is financial freedom. And then stage 5 is financial independence. Like when your passive income actually is more than your active income. That means if you're working and you're like making 100 rupees, if you're sleeping, you're making more than 100 rupees. Okay, these are the 5 financial stages. Guys, I want you to, okay, that is the stage of financial independence or financial abundance, whatever you call it, right? So Shweta says, my clinic is just 3 months old, no earnings yet. Shall I join? Why not, Shweta? If I would have done it at the 3 months of my practice, I would not have gone bankrupt. Trust me, yes, as Vishal said, that's the best time to join. Anyways, I want you to type your stage. Okay, I'll just put it again for all of you. Okay, which stage of financial freedom you are presently? Presently. Of course, it will become better in the future. Okay, nice. Stage 2, 3, 4. Of course, somebody will have in every stage. I just wish nobody's at the stage 1. Okay, few of you are at stage 5. Very nice. Still few people are at stage 1. No problem. That's cool. Okay. You need to really work hard. You see, I'll tell you, if you are at stage 1, you also need to learn how to grow and build your practice. How to grow and build your practice. Okay, cool. As normally happens, many of you are like at stage 2, 3. Few of you are at stage 4. That's awesome. And few of you are up stage 5. That's ideal. Okay, so wonderful. Right now, there is a very powerful thing which I want you to learn about: financial goals. No matter at which stage of financial freedom you are. Okay. You must plan for your kids' education. Now, few of you might be like, sir, I've just started practicing. I don't have kids. Trust me, that's the best time. I'm not joking. Okay. Start planning for your kids' education, because many of you don't even have an idea about how much huge money is going to be required in the future for your kids' education. Okay. Their settlement, their marriages, to fulfill your bucket list. Most importantly, the health issues that might pop up, especially in the old age. Okay. And your retirement corpus, the money that you're going to need at the time of retirement. You must plan for all this. Write this down. Irrespective of the stage of financial freedom you are at. Don't think I have, I'm at stage 4 or I'm at stage 5, so I don't need to plan this. trust me, you will go wrong. You will regret this somewhere in your future, that I would have taken proper learning on financial literacy and gone ahead and done this planning. Because financials can surprise you very, very negatively in a very short time. In a very short time. It takes nothing to change the financial world. Let me tell you that. Okay. It takes nothing to change the financials and the world, the economy. So plan for this and just listen to this.
I'm Dr. Rahul Baldeva, practicing orthodontist since past 11 years in Rauri, a small town in Maharashtra. From 2006, I started practicing, and the initial investments were for the purpose of saving tax. As the flow increased, as the surplus increased, investments were done in an ad hoc manner. I did not know why I was investing the money. 2017 was a year of financial enlightenment for me. This was the time when I attended WealthXL by Dr. Sujit Pardeshi. Sir's concepts in WealthXL were so simplified. It was like a do-it-yourself type of financial things for all of us. He taught finances in a simplified, organized, and a very systematic manner. Of all the different concepts, goal-based investment was one of the things that I started following. And believe me, friends, I can firmly say that I am on my path of achieving all my goals and my journey towards financial freedom. And this is all because of the financial knowledge, the financial education I got by this course, WealthXL by Sujit sir.
Okay. Goal-based financial planning is extremely powerful, extremely powerful. Okay. And let me give you one of the best insight of your life. I want you to type it in the chat box. What did you understand from this slide? What did you understand from this slide? Put it in the chat box. So whatever financial goals you want to achieve in your life. Okay. This is your age. Okay. And this is your financial goals. What did you understand from this? Awesome. Wow. You people are really, really smart. You people are really smart. Okay. You have to start early. There is age. You can start at any age. With age, it becomes tough. Awesome. It's never late. Power of compounding. See, I'll tell you what. The earlier you start, the better it is. Whatever financial goals you want to achieve, if you start at like 25, 30, you know, it is easier to climb that path. If you start at 35, it becomes a bit tough. If you start at 45, it becomes very steep and you have to put extra efforts. You have to work extra in order to achieve your financial goals. Right? And you know what happens? That is the time when people land up taking more risk. And they land up losing a lot of money. Instead of making that money, they land up losing that money. Very, very powerful. There's a very nice advertisement that I saw somewhere. Okay. Just listen to this. Very powerful.
बड़े वाले स्थिति के लिए, छोटों की कोचिंग क्लास के लिए, पुरानी छत की मरम्मत के लिए, नई वाली कार के लिए, सुमन की शादी के लिए, बचाए पैसे खत्म हो जाएंगे, लेकिन जरूरत ही नहीं।
एक चीज मैंने सीखी है, पैसे बचाने से नहीं, बढ़ाने से सपने साकार होते हैं।
Powerful statement, isn't it? एक चीज मैंने सीखी है, पैसे बचाने से नहीं, बढ़ाने से सपने साकार होते हैं. Savings will never make you rich. Guys, I'm seeing and showing this advertisement since 2012. I still have goosebumps on my hands. It is such a powerful statement. I understood it very hard way. I wish none of you have to go through such a financial turmoil in your life before you understand this. पैसे बचाने से नहीं, बढ़ाने से सपने साकार होते हैं. Savings will never make you rich. Investing and growing your money will. And friends, therefore, your next natural step should be to become financially literate, to learn the lessons of financial literacy, to learn the lessons of financial planning, financial investments, wealth creation, and growing your money multifold. And therefore, I invite you to join WealthXL, a 4 days absolute in-depth program that I conduct only once in a year. Put those 4 days, put that investment, and trust me, those who attended WealthXL before the COVID times, there were hundreds of people who called me, who messaged me, who sent me email and thanked me that lockdown was their vacation, because they knew the importance of having that emergency fund, that opportunistic fund, that contingency fund. Okay. So if you have the right knowledge, you can use it. And with regards to money, you get returns very fast. It's so easy to make that return. Okay. And as I promise you, I'm going to give you the webinar special offer for WealthXL. So let me just quickly go ahead and talk about WealthXL. It's a 4-day intense training program, 2 weekends, 2 Saturday, Sundays, 1 weekend in the month of May, another weekend in the month of June. Okay. 1 weekend in the month of May, another weekend in the month of June. So the dates for this year's 2020 WealthXL are this: 20th and 19th and 18th of June. Okay. Time 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The good news is the WealthXL is happening online. Okay. The May module is 100% online. The June module will be online plus offline. So it is your choice whether you want to attend online, whether you want to attend offline. So both options are available. Okay. So let me, before I go ahead, so as I told you, okay. Yeah. As I told you, the course value of WealthXL is 79,999 plus GST. And as I promised you, I'm going to give you a very powerful webinar offer. But before that, let me quickly go ahead and tell you what exactly we cover in WealthXL. I'll tell you the best part about this particular powerful program is, see, complicating things is very easy, but simplifying them is extremely difficult. I don't know if you know this. Chartered accountancy is the toughest graduation in this country. That means the graduation in finances, graduation in money is the toughest graduation, toughest education in the country, toughest degree. And doctors are the worst money managers. Now think about this. Teaching financials to the dangerous people, to those who are very bad at it. Not easy, right? Trust me, it is not. But I have simplified financial planning, financial management, financial literacy, wealth creation. I have simplified it in such a way that it's an unbelievable creation. It's an unbelievable creation. And I know what I'm saying. You will never find anybody, even from the world of finance, talking about finance in such a simplistic manner. Okay, I'll just go ahead and first tell you about, what all we cover in WealthXL. Okay, the first thing is psychology of money. How many of you agree that, we all have, few reservations or few fixed thought processes, what we call it as presuppositions about money? Okay, how many of you have heard this when you were kids? Money is not good. Money is the root cause of all problems. Money doesn't come easily. Type me in the chat box or yes in the chat box if you have heard any of this. Or whatever you have heard your parents, your relatives, your friends saying, put that sentence in the chat box. पैसा पेड़ पे नहीं उगता, पैसे के लिए बहुत काम करना पड़ता है, isn't it? So, the problem is, on one side, you want to make a lot of money. Money is not everything. Awesome. I like that. Okay. On one side, you want to make a lot of money. And on other side, paisa ped pe nahi ugta, right? Rich people are bad people. Paisa kya karte ho? Hai na? Bad people earn more. Awesome. Isn't it? On one side, you want to make money, and on other side, your own psychology about money is negative. Okay? पैसे की भूख है तो अच्छी नींद नहीं आती. पैसे वाले लोग चैन की नींद नहीं सोते. Kind of, isn't it? Now think about this. On one side, you want to make a lot of money. On other side, you have negative thoughts about money. Think about it. It's like, you want to grow your practice, and you have negative thoughts about every patient who is walking in your practice. How will that work? Yeah, it's a mental hypocrisy, okay? And trust me, it's not even hypocrisy. It's like your relation with your money is not in alignment with your financial desires. Powerful? Type powerful in the chat if you understood that. Trust me, it's very, very powerful. Your relation with the money is not in alignment with your financial desires. On one side, you want that Mercedes. On the other side, it's not easy to get money. ये सिर्फ बड़े लोगों के लिए है. पैसा पेड़ पे नहीं उगता. You always have to work very hard to make money. Guys, the first thing you need to work, trust me, is on your relation with the money. You have a fixed pattern, fixed belief system about money. You need to break those wrong patterns if they are. Whatever the right patterns, you keep them. You need to break those wrong patterns and recreate the right belief system about money. And that is where we work a lot as a first part in WealthXL. Because unless I start loving money, unless I start thinking positive about money, I'm not going to have enough money. Isn't it? Then all of us have a money personality. All of us have money personality. So you will land up identifying your own money personality in WealthXL. All of us have a risk-taking ability. Few people are, high risk takers. Few people are moderate risk takers. Few people are low risk takers, whatever. You will land up identifying what kind of risk appetite you have. What kind of you will land up doing your own risk assessment in WealthXL then and there itself. So this is all about psychology, because when you understand your money personality, when you understand your belief system about money, when you understand your risk appetite, you can go places in building something new and something miraculous for yourself. Guys, mark my words. You will land up recovering the WealthXL course fees in those 4 days itself before you leave the place. Believe it or not. You will land up recovering the course fees even before the course ends. I know what I'm saying. Okay. Now, when it comes to financial literacy, I'm going to talk about in detail about the financial mistakes which we all make. Okay. Then what are the assets? Short-term asset, long-term asset, short-term liabilities, long-term liabilities. What is a professional's life cycle and how important it is to do the right things at the right stage in the professional life cycle. What is financial planning? What is financial pyramid? What are the different financial traps you should keep yourself away from? What are the good loans? What are the bad loans? What is the difference between good loan, bad loan? Okay. And what are the important ratios which you should take care in your own balance sheet? Okay. Then when it comes to taxation, what are the tax laws for professionals? We have a guest, a chartered accountant who is a chartered accountant will come and talk about the tax laws, tax planning, tax saving, different tax compliances, which you all need to and must do. Then we'll also talk about how to secure your career or life financially. What are the topics we cover in financial security? It is cash. How much cash you should have? Okay. What are the different types of insurances which you should have? Okay. So don't worry, I'll answer all your questions, Jatin. We'll talk about, you can ask your questions afterwards, please. Okay. So just go through what all we are going to cover. Different type of insurances. Then how much insurance you should have, how much life insurance you should have, how much mediclaim you should have, every single insurance. So how much accidental cover you should have, how to repay your loans and your debts, even if your income is same, how to repay it faster. Now, can you believe this? Your income remains same and still you will end up repaying your loans faster. Is it possible? Very much. What is retirement planning? How to calculate the corpus for retirement planning, and you will end up calculating your retirement planning then and there itself in the course. What do you mean by financial goal setting? How to do goal-based financial planning? What are your financial enemies which you should be extremely aware of? What is credit score? What are the cardinal rules of money? And what is the importance of making a will document? This all is covered. Not just that, how to multiply your money, the principles of wealth creation. And huge, we talk about what are the different stages of wealth creation, what are the different types of income which we can generate. When it comes to FDs, we talk about PPF, bonds, post office schemes. We talk about all type of mutual funds. And most importantly, I simplified to the core that which type of mutual funds you should invest and why, which will give you highest return. All ready-made answers. By the way, when it comes to stock market investment, stock market trading, what type of investment you should do, what type of stock selection you should do, how to select the best of the shares in minutes, forget about hours and days, and that one slide will make you millionaire. It can make you billionaire in the future. Okay. What are the different commodities for investment, where you should invest, how much, how, okay. What all you need to take care when you do that real estate investment. Okay. What is money management? What is wealth management? What is financial discipline? What is the investment cycle? What is the investment cycle of stock market? What is investment cycle of real estate? What is investment cycle of gold, silver, commodities? What are the secrets of wealth creation you should know? What are the cardinal rules of investment you should always remember? What is the golden rule of money making? 2 golden rules of money making. And what is the ultimate wealth creation secret? Imagine. Huge, isn't it? Look at the curriculum. Let me tell you something. You will never, ever find a single course covering everything. You will have to go to multiple people, understand multiple things, attend a lot of things. And even after that, it will not be simple. Okay. So it's going to be a very, very powerful learning. So look at this entire curriculum, 4 days, and it will just blow your mind to the next level. Nowhere else you will find this. Okay. So let me just quickly go ahead and talk about a few more interesting things before I give you the webinar special offer. Okay. There are a few more very powerful things. Number one is the lifetime membership. You will be added to the WealthXL WhatsApp group. Okay. Once you jump into the WealthXL, the beauty is you can, once a WealthXLite, always a WealthXLite. You can attend WealthXL next year as well, next to next year as well, any number of times, absolutely free of cost. Can you believe this? Nobody in this world give you the access to the courses again at zero price, by the way. So if you think I didn't understand this concept, or I want to understand insurances in more detail, I want to understand stock market in more, you come back next year, no problem. You will have WhatsApp group to ask your questions. You will get a very, very powerful WealthXL workbook, an absolute international standard WealthXL workbook that will be your Bible, that will act as the Bible of your, financial career. Then you will also have the guest speakers in both the WealthXL modules. And after the WealthXL in May and June, you will get 2 masterminds like one in the month of June, one in the month of July. 2 live sessions conducted by our super leaders about, they will guide you step by step, what all things you have done, what all you have not done, any questions, any problems, anything you want to ask. It's going to be very, very powerful. Okay. So friends, this is the special offer for the next 15 minutes. Okay. If you jump into the WealthXL, it is not 80,000, whatever. It is just 34,000 plus GST. And that too, all you have to do is to pay just 9,000 plus GST now, and 20,000 plus GST you have to pay on 16th of May before the WealthXL. Okay. 16th of May before the WealthXL, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to share you the payment link for 9,000 plus GST. Okay. So 18% government GST. And I'm just, putting the link here. And guys, you have 15 minutes to make the payment and your time starts now. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. So you have 15 minutes to make the payment, and whatever questions you have, whatever questions you have, please put your questions in the Q&A section. There is a Q&A section in front of you. Please put your questions in the Q&A section, and I'll be glad to answer. Yeah. So Rujuta says, please share the dates. Yeah, I'll share the dates once again for you. So here are the dates, Dr. Rujuta. Just take a screenshot or photo. Okay, 20th and 21st of May and 17th and 18th of June. Okay, both, like all 4 days are available online also, and June module will be offline as well. So you can always attend online. So the fees will only be 34,000 plus GST. But if you come for offline session, you will have to pay for the hotel expenses. Okay, the victual charges. So that will let you know on 20th and 21st of May. Okay, but online is just 34,000 for all 4 days. Okay, so these are the dates. So Dr. Krishna Naikan says, can foreign dentists attend? Yes, Dr. Krishna, why not? So this is the payment link. I don't know if you are able to pay with the Razorpay payment link. If not, okay, just write an email. Just write an email to connect@sujitpardeshi.com. Okay, and we will send you the PayPal link. Okay, so that you can make the payment. Okay, let's write an email. So Jyotinder says, May dates are not suitable. No problem, Jyotinder. Choice is yours. Life is all about priorities. You have to decide your own priorities and rearrange other priorities, with their own priority. So Ramandeep says, the amount says 10,620. Yeah, it is because it is 9,000 plus GST, 18% government GST. Okay. So Jatin says, we have already planned vacation on May 20th, 21st. Will the recording be available? No, Jatin, WealthXL is never recorded. It's always live only. So if you miss anything, Jatin and somebody else also asked, you can always attend it next time. But I'll tell you what, even if you miss it, don't worry. You have someone, you have, as I told you, you have the WhatsApp group where you can, those of you who have done the payment, by the way, please put your name in the chat box. I would personally like to welcome you in this wonderful, wonderful, mind-boggling program. Okay. So if you miss any day, if you miss 2 days, trust me, with all honesty, instead of waiting for the next May, because WealthXL happens only in the month of May and June, instead of waiting till next May, you have the WhatsApp group, you have the monthly live session mastermind to support you. Okay. You have our team leaders, you have our super leaders to guide you, and they can always guide you. And we always take the revision in the next module. Okay. So my very frank suggestion is, do not miss it. Jatin, do not miss it for the next 1 year, because you never know, maybe something else will happen in May 24 and those dates will not be, possible for you. Again, there will be a problem. That's my suggestion. Rest is your choice, your life, your money. Okay. Payment managed to be PayPal. Yeah. So okay. So by the time others are paying, how many of you have paid? Dr. Harish BV, welcome on board, Dr. Harish. Congratulations. Guys, welcome on board, Dr. Shrenik Jain. Welcome on board, Dr. Hari Krishna Naikan. Welcome on board, Dr. Manisha Somnath. Welcome on board, Dr. Brijesh Krishna Bandaru. Sorry for that. Okay. Welcome on board, Dr. Kunal Baka Krishna Naikan from Mauritius. Umair Parker says, is WealthXL included in LifeXL? Yes. LifeXL is a year-long program which has got 4 modules. WealthXL is one of them. Okay. Welcome on board, Dr. Dheeraj Punjabi. Welcome on board, Dr. Rujuta. Welcome on board, Dr. Sonika Chanda. Awesome. Guys, let me tell you, you do not have even the slightest idea what you have jumped in for. It is just going to blow your mind to the next level. Okay. It is such a powerful thing. And in fact, I'll tell you something very interesting. Okay. I'll tell you something interesting. Mark my words. WealthXL will not surpass your expectations. WealthXL will surpass your imaginations. I'm not joking. It will surpass your imaginations as well. And those of you who are not able to attend, say, May module or June module, let me tell you, even 2 days, which you will be attending, May or June, even those 2 days will give you so much about finance. You will recover your course fees to 100% in those 2 days also. But at the same time, you will have enough with your hands on your plate to work for the next 1 year. Okay. It is, trust me, it is that powerful. It's an absolute no-brainer. As simple as one sentence in insurance will recover your course fees by 5 times. I exactly know what I'm saying. One sentence in insurance will recover your course fees by 5 times. Aishwarya says, can we join LifeXL now? Don't worry, Aishwarya, join WealthXL, and from WealthXL, you can start your journey for LifeXL. Okay, we'll talk about that in the WealthXL. So I don't want to confuse everybody or others by talking about LifeXL here. So yes, just jump in for WealthXL. Don't worry, your money will not go waste and your money will be included in LifeXL. Don't worry. Okay. So meanwhile, Dr. Rajni Mahajan has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Rajni Swadeep. Wonderful. Welcome on board, Dr. Himanshu Gupta. Good to have you people here. There's a question here. Can I take a loan to join WealthXL? Very good question. I don't have a lot of income. I am a dependent now. Whosoever has put this question, mark my words, it's not just about adding that one more participant to the course. Okay. It's not about adding that one more participant. When it comes to learning about growing your practice, about learning about financial freedom or financial literacy, any loan you take will be recovered hundreds and thousands of times in your life. Take loan from your parents, take loan from your in-laws, take loan from your friends, take loan from the bank. It will still be worth. Okay. Her says, when do we have to pay the remaining amount? On 16th of May. That is before the course. Okay. Before the course. So remember, the course fees is not 9,000. Huh? In fact, I already told you people, the course fees is actually 34,000 plus GST. For registration, you have to enroll. Yeah. Today, by paying 9,000 plus GST and 25,000 plus GST, you have to pay on 16th of May. Okay. So please don't get confused. We have seen it in the past. People get confused that I thought ki wo 9,000 mein hi hai. Jatin, congratulations. And let me tell you something. Yeah, I'll just put the payment link again. Okay. This is the payment link, Dr. Nitin. Okay. So mark my words, Dr. Jatin, even if you will attend only June module, because June module is all about wealth creation. May module is about financial literacy, financial planning, psychology of money. The revision will happen in the June module itself. The revision will happen once even before the June module in the monthly mastermind. So you're not going to lose anything. In fact, there is so much in WealthXL. It will take you people a couple of years to implement. And that's why I have kept WealthXL free of cost if you come for the second year. Okay, or even the third year. And we have participants who have attended WealthXL five times. Okay, so Rujuta says, I have done Practice Excel, now joined WealthXL. Am I a Life Excel member? Rujuta, we'll talk about it during the WealthXL. Okay, so Dr. Ramandeep says, made the payment for my wife, Dr. Kavalpreet Bullar. I'm traveling on my international conference. No problem, Dr. Ramandeep. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. By the time you come back from your international conference, take my words, your wife will recover your money. Okay, I'm not joking. So welcome on board, Dr. Jatin. Welcome on board, Dr. Rami Bullard. Welcome on board, Dr. Umesh Samarth. Wonderful. Guys, let me tell you something very interesting. 4.5 minutes left. Let me tell you something very, very interesting. Once WealthXL was attended by one of the very big person big in the sense, a certified financial planner. I hope you people know CFP, certified financial planner. In this country, we are 1.4 billion people. We don't even have only 4,000 certified financial planners. It is that difficult. Once a certified financial planner attended the entire WealthXL. And the person who is in the field of finance since last 18 years, you know what he said? He said, I have never seen anybody talking about money in such a simplistic way in 4 days. Mr. Ashish Bhave. Listen to what Ashish Bhave sir had said about WealthXL.
Rich and happy greetings, friends. I'm Ashish Bhave, money and life freedom coach from Pune. I help people to earn money, grow money, and use money in right way. So I'm a money specialist. I'm in this field since from 2005. Last year, I attended Dr. Sujit Pardeshi's WealthXL. And really to tell you, even if after this many years in the field, I really enjoyed that 3 days. Why? Because finance made simple, wealth made simple. I assure you that if you attend WealthXL, most of your financial worries, financial problems will go away like poof. And it is also made simple for you, made simple to understand, made simple to taking action as well as to get benefits. You know that simple things are most difficult things in this world. There are many things which will get complicated, and most of the time finance is always considered as a complex thing. However, WealthXL will make it simple for you. And it is about all things. It is about savings, it is about investing, it is about taking right action about your cash flows, it is about your savings account, insurance, all that things. Everything which you are think of, or I will say, even the things which you are not aware of, you will get aware in this WealthXL. So I highly recommend you all to attend this WealthXL to start a new beautiful experience about wealth, about money in your life.
Powerful, isn't it? So imagine if somebody from the field of finance talk about WealthXL like this is something superb. Okay. So wonderful, Dr. Nitin, payment done. Wonderful. Welcome on board. One last time sharing, 1.5 minutes left. Guys, those of you who have enrolled, congratulations to you. Those of you who have not, I'm using the word, please jump in. And I'm not using the word, please jump in to get that 34,000 rupees from you. There are more than 150 people who have already registered for WealthXL. For me, it does not make any difference whether I talk to 150 people or 160 people. But with all honesty, nobody and nowhere you will learn about finance in such simplistic manner from one of your doctor colleagues who have gone through all the financial turmoils and came out with the flying colors. Someone who has that absolute first-hand experience. Awesome. Welcome on board, Aishwarya. Aishwarya says, payment done. We'll continue with the WealthXL also. Congratulations. And trust me, you are such a smart person. Taking this decision at the age of 24, 25, you don't know what you have done to yourself. Okay. And many congratulations for your action step. Lona, congratulations. Welcome on board. So I was talking to, there are like, around 80 people here who are still here, not yet enrolled. Guys, time is running up. The life will run like this only. One financial mistake you make, you land up losing lakhs and billions of rupees. The course phase is nothing in that context. The link will be valid for next few minutes. You can just copy paste the link if you want to jump in. The rest is your choice. Okay. So Dr. Ashutosh Kaushik paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Ashutosh. Congratulations. Good to have you in this wonderful, wonderful course. And said, I use the word, friends, I use the word please, because trust me, when I made all those financial mistakes, went bankrupt, the kind of psychology, the kind of frustration, the kind of, that vulnerability that I have gone through is, I just cannot put it in the words. I don't want you people to go through that ever in your life. So those who have registered, just follow WealthXL teachings in your life. You will never take wrong decisions. Those who have not registered, it's your choice, your life, your money. My very frank advice is jump in. And even if you do not jump in, please learn something about finances from someone, somewhere. Don't go bankrupt like me, because not everybody can bounce back. I have seen one participant who said, I was on the verge of committing suicide after the stock market loss in 2008. Trust me, not everybody can bounce back. Okay. So rest is your choice. Welcome on board, Dr. Umair Parker. Welcome on board, Dr. Mrudul Salunke. Congratulations, guys, because you always work for making that money hard, earning that hard-earned money. And this is a time when you need to use and put your money on track to make more money for you. When money start making money for you, you don't have to work hard. You need to work, you land up working smart. And working smart is the way to become rich. Working smart is the way to a great life. Okay. So Dr. Umesh Samarth also paid. Yes, congratulations, Dr. Umesh. Welcome on board. And guys, wonderful, wonderful to your decisions. Those of you who have enrolled, we will get back to you in next 10, 12 days. Don't worry, your money is safe. Everything is fine. And as we conclude this webinar, this is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi sign off from here. And I need to rush to the airport. You know what? I have a flight at 11:15. I'm going to Delhi. Delhi, I have a session today evening. Those of you who are from Delhi, see you there at Connaught Place at 6 p.m. Right? So guys, see you again. This is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi signing off from this webinar. Thank you so much and God bless. Thank you.